Now, a few days ago, the former deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, a man who is currently completely cornered, politically speaking, was desperately looking for Raila Amolo Odinga. Rigathi Gachagua was begging Raila Odinga to come and join him in the opposition so that they can work together to remove William Ruto from power in the 2027 general elections. Rigathi Gachagua was desperately begging Raila Odinga during an exclusive interview in one of the media stations, telling Raila Odinga to join him so that they can ensure William Ruto becomes a one-term president in the 2027 elections. I want you to watch this particular video here of Rigathi Gachagua. Listen very keenly to how Rigathi Gachagua is desperately begging Raila Odinga and ODM to come and join him.
I am open to working with anybody who means well for this country. And I want to take this opportunity to tell the supporters of Raila Odinga from Nyanza that they should not fight the mountain people because we are not their enemies at all. We have a problem with President William Ruto. We have no problem with Raila Odinga and ODM. I saw after Raila Odinga lost the AUC elections, some people from Rift Valley, supporters of the president, and some supporters of Raila Odinga trying to blame the mountain people for the loss by the very simple fact some 6-7 women in Karatina Market had celebrated the loss. First and foremost, the Mount Kenya people did not have a vote at the AUC. In fact, our only participation in that election as people of Mount Kenya is that the man we made president had a vote. And if he did vote for Raila Odinga, as he says, then the people of Mount Kenya supported the candidature of Raila Odinga. We have no problem with Raila Odinga. I have had a lot of consultations with the people from the mountain. In fact, I have done almost 400 meetings in the last 4 months.
And we'll get to that.
And the people of that area have asked me to look for friends. And we are open to working with anybody who means well for this country. You know?
But we're talking about a man you decampaigned vigorously in the previous election. A man who mobilized his MPs to vote against you to the impeachment.
The voting against me by ODM people is neither here nor there. The person who orchestrated the impeachment is William Ruto. That's the person we have a problem with. He deceived the ODM people the way he deceived all us in the mountain. And for the record, we for many years had problems with Raila Odinga because he had been demonized as somebody who is against the mountain people. In 2020, President Uhuru Kenyatta convinced us that Raila Odinga is a good man. But President William Ruto, then Deputy President, convinced us that Raila is a bad man, he's a witch doctor, he is a lot of poverty, he means bad for this country, and William Ruto admittedly was more persuasive than Uhuru Kenyatta.
As you have heard in that particular video, Rigathi Gachagua is saying that he is ready to join any politician to remove Ruto from power. Meaning, Rigathi Gachagua's only mission is to revenge against William Ruto in 2027 elections. That is why he needs all the leaders to come and join him. Rigathi Gachagua also looked for the former head of state, Uhuru Kenyatta. But after Uhuru Kenyatta realized that Rigathi Gachagua only wants to revenge against William Ruto and not to fight for the people, especially from the Mount Kenya region, Uhuru Kenyatta akajiondoa immediately. And Uhuru Kenyatta delivered a strong message to Rigathi through Jeremiah Kioni, Let me read for you this statement from Uhuru. He says, "We don't want Rigathi Gachagua to recruit us to fight for him. We want him to come and join us in fighting for the people." What Rigathi Gachagua is now doing, he is helping William Ruto to get another 5-year term, because what Rigathi is doing is far from bringing the Mount Kenya region together. Uhuru akajiondoa. What about Raila Odinga? Raila Odinga responded to Rigathi Gachagua yesterday. And I want us to talk about that issue in this particular analysis. So before we go deeper into the details, a quick reminder, in case you're joining me for the first time, or maybe you're listening to me and you haven't subscribed, please just take only 1 second or 2 and subscribe to my channel down below for you to receive the latest political updates from this channel and the best political analysis. My name is Jason, and you are listening to Jason Vibes Radio Political Channel. Thank you so much. Before we listen to Raila Odinga's speech, I play for you that particular video here. There is something very important that I want you to know. Why leaders are rejecting Rigathi Gachagua. The worst political mistake that the former DP Rigathi Gachagua committed when he was in power as the second in command was to humiliate leaders like Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta. How I wished the former DP Rigathi Gachagua would just have stayed humble after becoming the deputy president, without insulting leaders, especially Raila Amolo Odinga. Rigathi Gachagua would still be the deputy president of Kenya today. I want you to have a look at someone like Professor Kithure Kindiki. Kithure Kindiki is so humble. People are saying that he is a Mr. Yes sir. Hajipigi kifua. He is not talking about shares in government. He is a national leader, not a tribal leader. Kithure Kindiki is doing his work professionally. He knows the time for politics and the time for his work. He is totally unique and different from Rigathi Gachagua. Raila Odinga is the master of politics, truth be told. And that is why, apart from Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, there is no any other president here in Kenya who has ever ruled peacefully without Raila Odinga on his side. They always need Raila Odinga to rescue them, because Raila is the master of politics. Just have a look at what is currently happening to the Kenya Kwanza Alliance immediately after Raila Odinga joined William Ruto in the broad-based government. Number one, Rigathi Gachagua was impeached. In less than 2 days, Rigathi alikuwa nyumbani. Because Raila Odinga's first mission after joining William Ruto immediately was to revenge against the former DP Rigathi Gachagua, who was saying that Raila hawezi ingia State House. Ameweka mitego kila kona, kila kona, kila kona. So Raila wanted to show Rigathi that I can come to State House na utaenda nyumbani. The second thing that happened, Rigathi Gachagua's allies are being kicked out from government positions because Raila wants to isolate Rigathi Gachagua and his allies completely from government, just to show Rigathi Gachagua that Mimi, I'm the master of politics. Number three, Raila Odinga's allies in ODM party are being appointed immediately to replace the former DP Rigathi Gachagua's allies in the government positions. And that is why yesterday, Raila Odinga and his allies from the ODM party were appointed, 14 of them, as principal secretaries. 14. You see? Those are the kind of changes that Raila Odinga has engineered. But the best thing that I love about Raila Odinga is that all these leaders that are being appointed by William Ruto as proposed by Raila Odinga, these leaders don't come from one community, one region, one tribe. Raila Odinga selects leaders across the country because Raila is not tribal. That is one thing that I respect about Raila Odinga. Remember when Rigathi was negotiating for those positions? All those positions, 14 of them, would come from one community, the Mount Kenya region, because shares in government. You see the difference? So I want you to listen to this video of Raila Odinga, how he responded to Rigathi Gachagua.
Jana wewe ulikuwa unasema sisi ni nyang'au. Leo wewe unasema sisi sasa leo tumekuwa malaika. Tumebadilika, tumekuwa kutoka nyang'au tulikuwa malaika namna gani? Kwa hivyo sisi wenyewe hatuwezi kudanganywa. Tunajua pale tunataka kwenda. Naambia watu wetu wasimame imara. Nina hakika tutafika. Hakika tutafika, lakini hatutaki unafiki ya mtu ambaye anasema hapo mimi tumeweka mtego. Waswahili wasema mtego wa panya ushika waliomo na sio kwemo.
So Raila Odinga has told Rigathi Gachagua directly, no, I cannot and I will never join you because you called me Nyang'au. You cannot call me Nyang'au together with my people and my supporters and the ODM leaders. Then all of a sudden, now that you are desperate, you want me to join you because I'm now an angel. That is not possible. Raila Odinga has said no. Uhuru said no. So Rigathi is only left with Kalonzo Musyoka and the Wiper Party. Will Kalonzo Musyoka dump Rigathi Gachagua one day ahead of the 2027 elections? Let us wait for it. But I see it coming. I see Kalonzo Musyoka dumping the former DP, Rigathi Gachagua. Because, why am I saying this? Because the current governor of Nyeri County, Governor Mutahi Kahiga, a very close political ally of Rigathi, has officially dumped Rigathi Gachagua. I'll do that particular video in my next political analysis. Please, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more political updates. My name is Jason. I'm out.